Hello, P-CCS. Today is Tuesday, November 17th. This is Nick Brandon, Executive Director of Communications and Marketing, and here is this week's LPT in 3 podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to this week's news. Well, another busy week for our district and our community and, of course, the state of Michigan. We all tuned in this past Sunday evening to hear from Governor Whitmer and find out about some new restrictions for Michigan residents during the next few weeks. Of course, P-CCS will actively enforce these regulations to best protect the health and safety of our students, staff, and school community. With the restrictions in mind, and we know we're facing an intense battle with this new surge of COVID-19 in our local area, effective on Monday, November 23rd, P-CCS will pivot to a fully remote learning environment for all students in our early childhood, elementary, special education, and post-secondary programs. Now, this will have a planned return to in-person learning for these programs on Monday, December 7th. As most of you know, our secondary programs, our middle school and high school programs, for the most part, have been engaged in virtual learning since the beginning of the school year. This does include all organized sports, practices, and contests, as well as in-person activities and clubs. These are all suspended effective immediately through at least December 8th, unless amended. Take a look at the news items on the official district website for a breakdown of how this affects individual programs. You could see specific dates and kind of what the next few days will look like for some specific programs. The health data in our local area certainly supports this planned pause as an appropriate strategy to further mitigate unintended transmission throughout our school buildings. We'll keep the community posted should there be any changes. We do ask the community to continue to adhere to all recommended health and safety practices for mitigating the spread of COVID-19. This would include wearing a face covering, practicing frequent hand washing, and allowing for physical distancing whenever possible. And of course, staying home when sick and making sure you're watching closely for potential symptoms of illness. The health and safety of all members of our school community remains the number one priority of Plymouth Canton Community Schools, and we thank you for your continued patience and support as we navigate through this challenging pandemic. The P-CCS Community Education program, which for decades has provided the local community with so many enriching and fun opportunities for recreation, they're pressing on with some virtual opportunities coming in November and December. You can check out information about our virtual adult fitness classes, as well as a variety of youth enrichment virtual courses, things like art and dance and Kindermusik, musical theater, and STEM. Check these out. You could visit the official community education website at pcceregister.com, and you can find out information and details regarding enrollment. We ask that you check back early and often, as new classes are going to be added throughout the year. Thanks for your support of our community education program. We know we're very limited right now with what we're able to do, particularly now with the current new restrictions. But these virtual opportunities could be a great way to stay involved with our community education program and find good moments of leisure, even if it is done in a remote way. We want to give a huge shout out to the West Middle School Band Program under the direction of the great Martha Farmer. The West 8th grade band presented a virtual Veterans Day tribute, and they did not let the COVID-19 pandemic stop them from performing this annual salute to area veterans who have served in defense of our country. The YouTube performance includes slides submitted by students in the band program illustrating the importance of bands in military life, a poem of thanks that was presented by one of the students, staff, and administrators from the building, and each band student also took the opportunity to write a thank you note to a hospitalized veteran. Check out the West Middle School 8th grade band Salute to Veterans on the official P-CCS YouTube channel, and there's also a link in the news items on the official district website. Thanks for tuning in every week to the LPT in 3 podcast. We hope that this is an important communication tool between school district and community. It's a great and very concise way to keep tabs on what's going on in the district and what the latest news and happenings are within P-CCS. Thanks, as always, for your continued support of Plymouth Canton Community Schools, where all students learn, prepare, and thrive.